What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So for quite some time I've been doing some experimenting, a bunch of research actually, and I've dabbled in this over the years a bit, and I say dabble because it can be a scary topic, talking about medicine, right? So when I had my school, I would briefly cover, wild edible plants, which are pretty multifunctional, multi-purpose in that most of those are also medicinal. But I just gave the surface because I don't want to put out bad information, for one. Two, I'm not a doctor. Three, I'm not a scientist. So you run a risk as a school, or even a YouTuber, I guess, for putting out such information where somebody's going to go hurt themselves because either they misunderstood the information or you put out bad information and they tried it or whatever. So I treaded lightly on this topic over the years, and I think rightfully so. I always encourage people to do their own research. Look into it, figure it out for themselves, which hasn't changed. So this new series of videos, they're not going to be one after the other. So new topic and I'm just going to post videos about this, that's not going to happen. But they'll be, filtered in over time, because I think it's a good topic. It's one to certainly delve into and try to understand and figure out how it works for you. So again, I've been doing it. So there's another thing to read something in a book or online or watch another YouTube video and then go regurgitate said information and having no experience. So I'm actually both feet in doing it, and I want to share this with you guys. Certainly not for medical advice. Again, so there's my disclaimer, right? I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not telling you to do the things I'm doing, but just as an eye-opener in what is possible and what you can do medicinally, and more so for me, I think the preventive medicine side is a better approach to it, rather than looking for a medicinal plant and coming up with this, infusion, decoction, tinctures, or something like that to treat an ailment. That's where it gets tricky, and you don't really know with some of those things what dose you're actually taking, because you're not in a science lab and measuring all that stuff. So again, there's my disclaimer. But preventive medicine is things in small doses. You could call some of this folklore, because it's been around forever and ever, and quite honestly, like, a lot of it tends to work. I remember my grandma back in the day, whenever I would get sick, you gotta drink some tea, and my uncle used to do tree service, so he ran into a beehive. What's up, Nick? So got all the honey out of that, totally organic, right? So you put some honey in the tea, which also has medicinal values, right? And again, I'm not trying to make things up or put across to you that I know all this, because I don't. But over time, what my grandma said seemed to always work. And I don't know if that was a mental thing or the attributes of that organic honey and or the tea actually helped, but it seemed to always work, right? So again, you could call it folklore, old wives' tales, whatever. But I wanted to start sharing this type of thing with you guys, again, just to open up your eyes, get you to think about what you could do for yourself, for your family, or whatever, whether you're off-grid, homesteading, or that doesn't even matter. Those are the buzzwords, right? But I mean, you could do this in an apartment. It's not a big deal. So I want to cover a bunch of things. I already mentioned 3 of them: infusions, decoctions, tinctures. That was the buzzwords in the survival community over the years. I've delved into that a bit over the last decade or more, minimally. And now that there's more stuff that you can do, and I find it fascinating. I find it super useful, and none of this stuff is new. Right? None of it's new. People have been doing this forever. But so I just want to share my experience, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And you know, if it works for you, cool. If you want to try it, that's awesome. Again, I highly recommend you do your own research, and I plan on sharing my resources on where I get my information on what I'm doing. So hopefully that will help you out as well. So yeah, let me know if this is something you do. Let me know in the comments. You know, tell me a little bit about yourself, and if you're doing this type of thing, how long maybe you've been doing it and what works for you. If you're new to it and what you'd like to see, I'll do my best to share that as well. But with factual knowledge, not just, you know, look something up on Google and, you know, just tell you that, because you can do that, right? So yeah, just let me know in the comments what you think about this series. If you're interested in watching something like this, maybe your experiences with it and that sort of thing. And you know, I definitely read all the comments. I try to respond as best I can with my messed up arm, but I definitely read them all, and I appreciate you guys taking the time, 1, to watch the videos, and then 2, to leave a comment. So I appreciate that. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to the series. You know, I've got some good stuff to share, I think, and maybe some things you didn't know about, and perhaps you have something that I don't know about, which is awesome for the comment section. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. I appreciate it. And until the next one, God bless.